He began to call me all manner of obscenities, his face inches from mine. "I'm here to get my family back," he yelled. The hot air that he breathed invaded my nostrils. "The only way I can do that is to get rid of you." I thrashed about even harder this time, knocking over the chair I was sitting in over and landing on my side. "Please, God, please. I'm sorry for what I've done to you," I begged, my head on the ground and tears and snot running down my face. "You should have prayed before you ruined my family, bitch." He picked me up by my collar and sat me upright. Then he made his way behind me. "Jesus is waiting to see you," he whispered in my ear. He placed the knife to my neck, getting ready to take my life. I pleaded one more time. "Please, don't hurt me. I'm sorry. Please just listen to me." Before I could get out my last plea, I felt a sharp pain around my neck as the knife cut my flesh, scraping my Adam's apple. I tried to grab my neck with my hands to hold the blood and the life in, but my hands were tied behind me. Blood poured out of my throat like a running faucet. I gargled in my own blood as more cries of distress tried to escape my throat. The man turned and walked out of the room, and I felt myself slipping away into eternity. Ah! I quickly sat up in my bed, drenched in sweat, breathing uncontrollably. I had been having this dream every night for the last couple of weeks and just couldn't shake it. This shit is ridiculous. I walked to the faucet in my cell and washed my face. I looked over at my cellmate and noticed his ass was out like a light. I had polished him off with my signature blowjob that had him sleeping like a baby. I prepared uneasily to make my way to the shower to wash away the anguish of my nightmare. As usual, one of my loyal conquests, who I named Officer Buck because his ass loved to buck and ride my dick like a soldier trying to ride a bull, came and opened my cell to let me use the shower before anyone else. On many occasions, we would sneak off together so I could fuck his ass in an office or a janitor's closet. After my shower, I made my way to the phone to make a call to ensure my ride back to Baltimore would be ready to pick me up at the appointed time. Back at my cell, I decided to read a book by Carl Weber called So You Call Yourself a Man. One of my accomplices on the outside had sent me this book and assured me it would be a great read. I finished the book in about 6 hours and was bored once again. I lay back on my bed and reminisced on how I got where I was. Well, let me start by reintroducing myself. My name is James Parks, and I have been spending the last 10 years behind bars for embezzlement. Yeah, 10 years ago, I was running around town on a revenge tip. I was caught up in some mess that ended with me spending time behind bars. I am being released in a couple of days, and I plan on going after what is rightfully mine, my children, and I don't plan on getting caught up this time. Well, I don't really want them per se. I just want compensation for not being told about them. About a year into my sentence, a friend of mine had sent me some info that I needed. I found out that Mona, one of the only bitches I'd actually fucked, was the mother of 3 kids that were mine. When I get out, I'm going after my kids and the family I'm supposed to have. I also have to pay a few other people from my past a visit to impose some revenge. Chapter 1, Shawn. Off the Wagon, October 28th, 2018, 10:15 p.m. Boom! I had hit the ground with a thud, but I didn't feel it. I was numb from the alcohol I was drinking. I had been sneaking off to this bar called Naughty's on Reisterstown Road. I had been cheating on my wife again, but this time with liquor. I had beaten the demon that was my homosexual desires, only to fall prey to the bottle. Ever since I found out that the kids I have been raising are not mine,